Nigeria Labour Congress holds a nationwide protest at Labour Party headquarters. Abure Youth Council calls for military intervention in Delta State killings. Federal government identifies terrorism financiers as insecurity persists. And lastly, Kenyan doctors' nationwide strike enters its 7th day. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Updates. I am Martia Umar. Thank you for joining. Now the news in detail. The Nigerian Labour Congress on Wednesday stormed the National Secretariat of the Labour Party in Abuja to protest against the party's national convention scheduled to hold at the end of this month. The Congress also demanded the sacking of the national chairman of the party, Julius Abure. The NLC leadership accused Abure of planning to hold a secret convention without the input of major stakeholders. The planned convention has pitched Abure against the NLC and the House of Representatives caucus. The workers accused Abure of planning to destroy the Labour Party. The police, however, refused the protesting workers' entry into the party secretariat. The convention is said to be aimed at re-electing Abure as the sole administrator of the Labour Party, with concerns of secrecy surrounding the event. The Abure Youth Council has called on the military to work strictly with intelligence to arrest killers of personnel of the Nigerian Army in Delta State. The umbrella body of the higher Delta Youth Council said it has received distress calls from people in various communities that the military has been burning down houses and killing innocent people. Trust TV's Friday Peter reports.
Leader of the Abure Youth Council, IYC, Jonathan Lokpobiri, condemned in strong terms the brutal killing of soldiers on a peace mission to Okwama, an Urhobo community in Ughelli South local government area of Delta State. IYC said it's unfortunate that people would dare to invade and attack soldiers on a peace mission to resolve lingering communal battle between the people of Okwama and Okoloba communities in Delta State.
It's a very sad and ugly development in the history of our region, where lives of men in active service in the Nigerian military were gruesomely murdered, not in the battlefield, but simply on a peace mission where they attended to a distress call to intervene into an intra-communal conflict between Okwama and Urhobo community, and then that of Okoloba and Ijaw community, who have coexisted together several decades ago.
The IYC president further said the information available to him is that military are engaged in reprisal attacks in the community, leading to death of innocent persons and destruction of properties. He said the military also extended its onslaught to Igbomotoro in Boma Kingdom in Bayelsa State, where houses has been burnt down, a lot of persons killed, including elder brother to a serving chairman of Southern Ijaw local government area.
If the independent investigation do not reveal that people from that community played a role in what had led to the untimely death of these military officers, and then just based on immediate information without proper investigation, and then this reprisal attack was taken on a community where dozens of our people have been killed and properties worth hundreds of millions have been burnt down. As Ijaw people, it will be my charge that we will sue the government of a nation like OD community did, so that adequate compensation be made to that community. A nation where people who are law-abiding are punished, sometimes even before the criminals, is unacceptable.
The Ijaw Youth Council president, however, said they are yet to know the total number of innocent lives lost because the community is being taken over by the military, as no one can go in or out of these communities. From Yenagoa, Friday, Ebimobowe Peter, Trust TV News, Yenagoa.
The federal government has made a significant revelation disclosing the identities of 15 entities suspected of involvement in terrorism financing, including 9 individuals and 6 bureau de change operators and firms. This revelation came to light through communication from the Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit. The disclosure stems from a meeting held by the Nigerian Sanctions Committee on March 18, 2024, where specific individuals and entities were recommended for sanctions due to their alleged roles in terrorism financing. Notably, the document approved by Honorable Attorney General of the Federation with the President's consent outlines the individuals and entities designated for listing on the Nigerian sanction list. Among the individuals cited in the document is Tukur Mamu, a Kaduna-based publisher currently facing trial by the federal government for purportedly aiding the terrorists responsible for the March 2022 Abuja-Kaduna train attack. The document alleges that Mamu participated in the terrorism financing by facilitating ransom payments exceeding $200,000 to support ISWAP terrorists in securing the release of hostages from the Abuja-Kaduna train attack. Additionally, the document mentions another individual suspected of perpetrating the attack on St. Francis Catholic Church in Owo, Ondo State on June 5, 2022, as well as the assault on the Kuje Correctional Center in Abuja on July 5, 2022. Now, the family of Segun Olatunji, the abducted editor of First News, has made a heartfelt plea for his release, citing his health condition as a matter of urgent concern due to his asthma. So Olatunji, a former Kaduna State correspondent of the Punch newspaper, was reportedly taken from his Lagos home in Iyanodo, Abule area by 10 armed individuals last Friday, and his whereabouts remain unknown. In an interview, Olatunji's wife, Oluwatosin Olatunji, revealed that her husband also suffers from an ulcer, describing him as a dedicated and transparent journalist. She expressed deep distress over his disappearance, emphasizing his non-confrontational nature and commitment to his work. Mrs. Olatunji, a mother of 5, implored the government and well-meaning Nigerians to intervene urgently, stressing the imperative of bringing her husband back safely, considering his health challenges. Echoing the family's plea, the Nigerian Union of Journalists has demanded the immediate and unconditional release of Ms. Olatunji, underscoring the importance of protecting journalists and ensuring their safety as they carry out their duties. The union's stance reflects the broader concern within the journalistic community over the safety and well-being of its members, particularly in the face of such distressing incidents. In continuation of their one-week warning strike, SANU and NASU officials are protesting the non-payment of their full-month salary. They shut down the university gates, preventing both academic staff and students from entering the university. Trust TV's correspondent Idris Jibrin, who has been following the situation, reports that the protest is coming 3 days since the commencement of the nationwide strike. His report.
Carrying placards with different inscriptions, these senior and non-academic staff of the Bayero University, Kano, are out on the streets to further show their concerns over their welfare. They shut down the university's entrance gates. Students who are currently writing their exams were prevented from entering the university. Many lecturers and other academic staff were also locked outside the university's premises.
As you are aware that we have decided to embark on a 7 days warning strike, and it's a directive from the national. Today is the first day, so we decided to prepare this peaceful demonstration to show our relevance in the university system. Well, I can say there is 100% compliance from the members of NASU and SANU. As you know, we are stakeholders too. Without the non-teaching staff, the universities will not function.
According to the unions, the peaceful protest is part of their ongoing warning strike to pressure the federal government into paying their 4-month salary arrears.
If you can remember, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, have given the waiver to pay that withheld salary for our members. But unfortunately, some saboteurs there in the government just go ahead and pay our sister union ASU their withheld salary, leaving us aside. So we don't know what actually make that to be happened, but that's why we are protesting now, and we are in 7 days warning strike so that the government will hear our voice.
Although discussion between the federal government and the national leadership of the unions is ongoing in Abuja, but these striking workers say the protest is part of their struggle for freedom.
The Minister of Labour and the Minister of Education, they have invited the national body, so they are going to have a meeting today. So we are waiting for the response of the government. If it is favorable, we will resume. If it is not, then we will take another line of action.
While the protest lasted, the university's entrance gates and all other important places like the Senate building remained under lock and key. Idris Jibrin, Trust TV News, Kano.
And away from Kano, the Senate ad hoc committee probing how the 30 trillion naira Ways and Means loans were obtained from the Central Bank of Nigeria and spent by the Muhammadu Buhari-led administration says it has uncovered some infractions in the process of obtaining the overdraft. The committee says it has concluded plans to summon the current CBN Governor Olayemi Cardoso to explain certain details regarding the infraction. This came to the fore when Chairman of the Senate Committee, Senator Issa Jibri, and other members of the panel met with officials of the CBN at the National Assembly on Tuesday. The team of the CBN officials was led by one of the deputy governors of the Apex Bank, Bella Bello. The ad hoc committee is probing the disbursement and usage of the 30 trillion naira Ways and Means loans obtained during the Buhari-led administration. Jibrin alleged that the immediate past former governor of the CBN, Godwin Emefiele, unilaterally signed billions of naira in the approval of different tranches of the loans without following due process. The Kogi lawmaker also accused Emefiele of illegally signing billions of naira in 13 documents. Now, the Abure State House of Assembly has passed a pivotal bill aimed at discontinuing the payment of pensions to former governors and their deputies within the state. The legislation, titled A Bill for Law to Revoke the Abure State Governors and Deputy Governors Pensions Law, number 4 of 2001, and for other matters connected therewith, was spearheaded by Uchenna Okoro, the majority leader and representative for Arochukwu State constituency. Following thorough deliberation, the Speaker, Emmanuel Emeruwa, formally announced the bill's passage after undergoing first and second reading, scrutiny at the Committee of the Whole, and a final third reading during the day's plenary session. Expressing his congratulations to fellow members, Emeruwa underscored the significance of the bill, emphasizing its potential to curtail governance expenses in the state while channeling resources towards developmental initiatives. Upon its anticipated assent by the governor, the bill will be designated and as the Abure State Governors and Deputy Governors Repeal Law 2024. And notably, the Speaker highlighted that the legislation would take immediate effect starting Tuesday, March 19, 2024, marking a significant shift in the state fiscal policy. Now, some nurses in Nigeria have sued the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria, the Minister of Health and others over the new certificate verification guidelines. The council had on February 7, 2024 issued a circular revising the guidelines, stated that applicants seeking verification of certificates from foreign nursing boards and councils must possess 2 years of post-qualification experience from the date of issuance of the permanent practicing license. The new guidelines came into force on March 1, 2024. As a result of this, nurses in Abuja and Lagos staged a protest to demand the reversal of the new guidelines. However, some dissatisfied nurses, on behalf of their colleagues, dragged the Registrar, Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria, the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria, and the Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, the Federal Minister of Health, and the Attorney General of the Federation before the National Industrial Court sitting in Abuja. They are urging the court to restrain the defendants or their agents from implementing the NMCN circular pending the determination of the suit. This is the news update on Trust Television. Coming up after the break, we'll take a look at Lagos traders seeking extension of roads to enhanced business operations. Details of this story and more when we return from this break. Stay with us. You're welcome back. If you're just joining, this is the news update. Let's take a look at our major stories again. We told you earlier that Nigeria Labour Congress holds nationwide protests at Labour Party headquarters. And the Ijo Youth Council calls for military intervention in Delta State killings. Now, moving on to more stories. A fire on Wednesday razed 3 buildings at the intersection of Nnamdi Azikiwe and the Samo in the Dumota area of Lagos Island, Lagos State. The State Fire and Rescue Service also confirmed the incident on its X handle, stating that the fire affected 2-story building and 1 3-story building. It added that the firefighters have been deployed to the scene to salvage the situation. A statement by the director of the fire service, Margaret Adisha, says that the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service have been alerted to a fire emergency at the intersection of Nnamdi Azikiwe and the Samo in Idumota, and emergency services swiftly mobilized.
The other one not to do after that one no
And still in Lagos, traders at the Abure market are appealing to Agege local government council to fast-track the construction of the Akerele-Oniyawa road, and the ongoing delays in the road expansion is, according to them, slowing down business operations in the area. Victoria Tokolo, who visited the area, has more in this report.
In terms of infrastructure and development, Lagos State is often seen as being at the forefront. It is against this background that residents and traders at Akerele area of Lagos State are calling the local government chairman and contractors to ensure prompt completion of the project, which slowing down their business operations. Akerele-Oniyawa Road, under construction, is an alternative road connecting major junctions like Bogunlo and Oniwaya. The road leads to Old Abeokuta Road, Okekoko Roundabout Junction, and also serves as a link to Ayobo Motor Park, Ipaja, Oshodi, and Agege Pen Cinema.
And for the breaking of those our old dilapidated houses that are already been there, I believe if government can compensate them, like be more encouraging and bring even happiness to the people that have been living there for donkey years, and now suddenly their house will have been broken. I believe they need compensation. If they need compensation, if the government can compensate them, they will be more happy.
Too narrow, and even one motor passing through this road was too hard. And when government want to expand the road to a welcome development, we were happy about it. As you can see, it is authorities say that when they are supposed to go over there, other vehicles can use it and get to where they're going easy without any problem.
For traders in the area, the expansion of Akerele Road will boost operations in the area.
The flow of the business is a little bit slow. It didn't really affect our sellers, but it affects of the conveying the goods inside the shop and outside the shop. And the vehicle that help us to carry is very, very far from this very place. They are no longer parking inside. They park outside the road. And it's bringing a lot of inconveniences to our laborers.
I don't know if I would say maybe from the contractor or from the government itself. Is that sometimes you find out that when they comment or started the project like this, after some months, you find out that the project will not be completed.
Residents and business operators believe that with the expansion, residents and traders will heave a sigh of relief.
Jigawa state government is intensifying efforts to improve access to clean water and eliminate scarcity throughout the state by implementing robust maintenance strategies for water supply facilities. Governor Umar Namadi affirmed the commitment while inaugurating training sessions for 27 artisans tasked with repairing 40 water supply infrastructure across the state. These artisans, representing each of the state's local government areas, are expected to receive comprehensive training in repairing various water facilities, including boreholes, reticulation systems, and other plumbing works under the auspices of the Agency for Youth Empowerment and Employment.
So, I'm sure you will recall that it's part of our 12-point agenda and also part of our declaration that before the end of 4 years, we will, inshallah, create 150 millionaires in Jigawa State. Today, we are launching the first phase of that program. We are launching about 27 people, one from each local government, that they will have a working capital of 10 million naira each of them, so that they will be able to sell plumbing materials in each of the local government headquarters. Now, the essence of this is to link it up with what we have done the last 1 month. The last 1 month, we have also launched, we have trained about 250 youths, and each one of them on how to repair hand pumps, and how to construct it, how to install it, and how to repair it.
Water treatment equipment and all other equipment related to water supply in the respective local governments, and therefore all those equipment will be available for purchase by the local government chairman and other people within that local government. So by using this medium, we believe shortage of water supply is going to be reduced to the barest minimum, if not at all.
And away from Nigeria, Kenya's public hospitals have entered the 7th day of a nationwide strike, accusing the government of failing to implement a raft of promises from a collective bargaining agreement signed in 2017 after a 100-day strike that saw people dying from lack of care. The Kenyan Medical Practitioners, Pharmacists and Dentists Union said they went on strike to demand comprehensive medical cover for the doctors, and because the government has yet to post 1,200 medical interns. Leaders of the union say 4,000 doctors are taking part in the strike despite a labor court order asking the union to put the strike on hold to allow talks with the government. Doctors' union leaders say they would disregard the court order the same way the government had disregarded 3 court orders to increase basic pay for doctors and reinstate suspended doctors. The impact of the strike is being felt across the country, with many patients left unattended or being turned away from hospitals across the East African nation. And that brings us to the end of the news update at this hour. For more news, programming and documentary, follow our live stream on YouTube and of course our social media platform. I am Mardia Umar. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.